You see the new box though? It's like, give us more money. Yep. Oh, I did an event. I need to delete that event. Edit live. Just gonna change it. Twitch. You can go, yeah, go Twitch because Twitch is faster than YouTube. Probably, yes. I think you can say it, but just don't like go crazy with it. One. What is up, guys? Hopefully this is working and you should be able to hear me talking. I am here with Shadow and Chaos, and this is the To Be Named podcast episode 2, where we cover all things Gala Games. So if you didn't see episode 1, if Shadow and Chaos want to introduce themselves, I'll start with Shadow.
The podcast might need to be named, but my name's Shadow Knight. You can catch me streaming, currently Champions Arena mainly, just waiting for that Sweet Sweet Legends Reborn.
Chaos.
Yo, is it me? It's your boy Chaos. I'm live for your computer screen, you know, #1 Murmur, superior player, #1 princess player in the Walking Dead Empire. I'm saying, yeah, I'll catch me on them leaderboards. But yeah, same just like Shadow Knight, I'm waiting for Legend Reborn. Can't wait for that game to drop. Best game. Like, I mean, that's subjective, but it's the best game that God has right now. So they need to hurry up and launch that so I can play it and beat up you guys on the table. But yeah, so that's me, your boy Chaos.
All right, cool. So now let them introduce themselves. We're going to I'll say what we cover in today's podcast. We're going to be covering ahead of the game that happened just yesterday, I believe. So I've got the Twitter summary, and we're just going to go through that instead of watching the video, because I believe the bullet points is easier. And I don't think people want to sit through like an hour and a bit video of Bitbender again and the team. We'll go through that, and then we'll discuss the things that are happening in the galagames ecosystem. So let's switch over to the podcast scene. And if you guys, you should be able to see like my Chrome browser. It should just be on the Google page. That is correct. Let me know.
All good for me, baby.
Cool. I just go to Twitter, and then you can see like everything up there, and then we're down there. But if we get a fourth guest, I can set that up. I'll set that up afterwards. I just wanted to get it ready for here. So we have
on.
soon. Yeah, you never know. Could be the next thing. But here is everything you need to know about Ahead of the Game episode 34. You can find this on my Twitter page. So if you go over to @Smilinmonster, I cover Ahead of the Game. I do the summaries every week. And this is the one that you want to go to 21 hours ago. So let's start off with the first piece of news. That is, there is a new Node version available. You can update it through the Node desktop app. And they basically want you to update your Node version to the latest version. Bitbender did say that he's going to be pushing people to keep it to the latest version, because they want them to run the latest software to get the data and then all of whatever they need it to do. Quite a lot of people just run it on the old version, because if you still run it on the old version, you still get your rewards. So there is your announcement to update your Node rewards. And the first game that we talk about is Last Expedition. So the team is getting ready to release a new build, and they have updated some of the graphics and gun models, such as the shotgun. Now, I don't know if you guys are looking into Last Expedition, but have you played the latest build, or have you tried it?
I haven't played any build. I think this next one is the one that I'm going to jump into for the first time. Like how they're going from strength to strength. Obviously, got a real solid background in the first-person shooting realm. This next build might be my first taste of the cookie.
You do have a hunter access token, right? Because to play Last Expedition, guys, if you didn't know, you need a hunter access token. If you don't have one, you can go to Discord and then head to the Last Expedition channel. The people there generally do give it out for free. If they have any left, you can go there, ask them. Some kind soul will probably send it to you if you send them their Gala wallet address. Don't spam chat. How about you, Chaos? Have you played Last Expedition, or is that not your alley?
No, so obviously, like, first-person shooters is not my forte. I'm not the best first-person shooter player, but I enjoy playing those games. But again, I'm not the best. I'm like the worst person to have on your team. So if you guys are looking to go, pro or be competitive, don't have me on my team. Like, I'm gonna hold you back. But I did play the last build or playtest. I played the last build, so I played the new version and whatnot. And yeah, I think I was the first person to die in the whole game. Like, got taken out real quick. So, but I think it'll be fun if the three of us could squad up. Like, next time that's available, I think we should like squad up. You guys could help me out, because it seems like you guys are good at these type of games. Like, so.
Bro, Last Expedition
like chaos.
is not my game. My game is superior, bro. I get taken out first as well in Last Expedition.
So Shadow Knight's gonna have to be the one that's gonna have to like coach us and take us from 0 to hero. Like, we want to be like rank 1 within a certain amount of time or some shit like that.
Yeah, something we've not spoke about before on the pod, given it's only episode 2. But like, my background's actually competitive first-person shooters. I actually run a top 2, 3, 1 EU team back in the day for Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. Also
Perfect.
Got the newest Xbox when Halo dropped. Got all the way to the top 200 league. I can't remember what that's called now, but yeah, I'm a bit of a first-person shooter sweat, which no one's yet to see, because I've never streamed my FPS gameplay.
I think the only gameplay I saw of you was Legends Reborn like 7-ish months ago. Yeah, I think it was you in a suit, and then same background. And then I saw Chaos talking in chat, but apart from that, I didn't really know you that well at the time. I was like, oh, somebody's streaming Legends Reborn.
Like 12 hours a day to like 2 people, which is probably
Hey, there's 2
Chaos
dedicated people.
and one of the
Yeah,
devs. Shout out to Cryas, always stopping by. He was a
yeah, man.
G
Hey,
for
yo,
that.
Legendary One is fire, bro. Like, that game's so sick, man. I can't wait, bro. Like, I feel like they're
We'll
doing
get
it on
there. We'll
purpose.
get
Like,
there.
they're just dangling little nuggets for us to just keep us hooked.
Yeah, that's what Gala does, and that's what Ahead of the Game is. So, Last Expedition, I think it's gonna be good. They're developing new builds every now and again, updating graphics. It's not my game that I'm going to be focusing on. The game I'm going to be focusing on is the next one, which is Mirandus. So Mirandus is now testing Material Rewards. There will be no more minting of Mother's Crown or Mother's Blood NFTs. Jehu has created a voice pitch changer from scratch. There's also a meeting, I think February 10th, happening in Austin, but I believe it's only select few of like 10-15 people that want the team want to be there so that they can discuss the game, the economy, the general Mirandus gameplay. And I believe the criteria for getting there is you're either active in the community, you have a good voice and opinions that they do like or they think is good for the game, or you have a lot of assets in Mirandus. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the Discord and there is a post explaining all about the meetup. But the thing that we should talk about is there'll be no more minting of Mother's Crown and Mother's Blood. Now, the way it was worded, I think that it won't be minted anymore, but you might be able to obtain it in game, because Gala's kind of tricky with their wordplay sometimes like that. But not so the Miranda's team. It's mainly, if you have Gala Gold, it's mainly in Gala Gold where they're tricky with the word team. But I wasn't really too happy with how the whole Mother situation and Miranda's Mayhem turned out. So I will wait and see how this is. You guys' thoughts on the Miranda's news?
I'm not going to come in with my Miranda's banter. I'm going to keep that strictly private between us 3. You know my thoughts on it. I don't want to put that out public. But I'd like to know, what is Mother's Crown and Mother's Blood?
So Mother's Crown and Mother's Blood were 2 items that you got in the 2022 Miranda's May Mayhem event. The May Mayhem event lasted 2022. No, 2023. No, 2023.
Okay,
last year.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got that confused. Last year, which is 2023. I keep thinking it's 2023. It's not 24. It's January, bro. Oh my God. But yeah, so Mother's Blood and Mother's Crown was in May Mayhem 2023. The playtest lasted for 2-ish weeks. And the way you obtained the crown is if you managed to loot the Goblin Mother boss, you had to go up to press F between your party, and then you managed to get a Mother's Crown. And then if you hit the last hit for Mother and you killed Goblin Mother, you would get Mother's Blood. Now, the team have said that Mother's Crown and Mother's Bloods are NFTs that will be usable in the future to craft something. They will be the first ever like crafting NFTs in Miranda's. So we'll have to wait and see what they come to, like what it's used for. There's only, I think, 20 something crowns and 30-ish bloods. So if there's a good sum of people, like 10,000, 5,000, 50,000 people, they're going to be limited edition scarce NFTs. The thing is, though, they are like crafting NFTs, so you will be burning them to make something, or you might burn them and then get another NFT item. But I'm not sure if those will be obtainable in game anymore. It just says they will stop minting Mother's Crown and Mother's Blood. So they might still be obtainable in game. I, for one, would like them to be obtainable in game, because the way that the people obtained Mother's Crown and Mother's Blood was a shit show. It was basically trolls back and forth every Mother fight. It was some of the best banter that I've had and the best drama in the Discord. But from a gameplay perspective, I would like it if you could get it again in game later on in the future, just not as guaranteed. So when you like looted Mother, it guaranteed dropped the crown. When you last hit Mother, it guaranteed dropped the blood. Since the game is going to go live, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on like a RNG loot table, and it's going to be like a 1% or less than 1% chance to get both of those. What do you think? Do you want them to be obtainable again, or would you prefer they not be NFTs but like database, and then you can use them to craft items when the game does come out? I guess this is to Chaos.
feel like they should give people that didn't have the opportunity to get it to have the opportunity to get those items. So yeah, like it doesn't like I say it don't ain't gotta be mintable, but it should be able to like a database type of thing. So that way you're able to craft like again, the drop rate shouldn't be high, so it should be quite rare. But I feel like I never had the opportunity to get it, and like it kind of sucks. Unless they want it to be like super rare and only like I don't know 5 people or whoever the amount of people that have it. But I would like to have the opportunity to get that, or they obviously we don't know what type of other NFTs they're gonna have in the game, so defeating like bosses and elite creatures in the game, so they'll have loads of other opportunities for us to get other NFTs. But like I said, I really wanted the opportunity to be able to get that myself. So I would like to see it come back in the game and not like just you know.
Yeah, so we roughly share the same opinion. Like people, I get that it's exclusive, right? Because it's the 2023 playtest, and the people that support the game early get a like reward thing saying, "Oh, this was only at this time when people the game was in development and people didn't even know if it was going to be successful." Like those were the people that were playing at the time, so they get rewarded. But the way it was done, also the way that Mirandus handled the material rewards and like the mother situation, on how there was a whole drama, if you guys didn't know, about around the Mirandus playtest, because creators got access early to explore the game to make videos for when it did go live, and then the community went into like a huge uproar saying, "Oh, make Mirandus fair, make Mirandus fair." And then there was a whole back and forth between like Mirandus Master, the community, and Mirandus Discussion and Bitbender, and there was changes made to the reward system and how some of the things worked in Mirandus's Mayhem. Now, I don't agree with majority of those changes, because what they did was first they said one thing, and it was like, "Oh, you kill Mother. Anybody that kills Mother gets the last hit on Mother, gets a percentage of this prize pool." So in the first 2-3 days, people managed to kill Mother. I think 2-3 people managed to kill Mother. But then the next day after that, they buffed Mother to like 3 times her hit points. So now it's 3 times harder for everybody else to get a split of that prize pool. Then a couple of days after that, I believe when Mum did the 60-man raid, or like 60 to 80-man raid, they gave Mum 3 goblin brutes, which is basically the giant goblins that protected and wandered around the cave. So now it became harder for the average Joe or like a small guild to get Mother's Crown again, because now she has 3 people that defend her, that deal insane damage and have roughly the same amount of hit points, and they have to fight Mother as well. So that's basically like a 6-7 times hit point pool with a 2-3 times attack pool. And then later on, I think the final change was that they gave Mother herself like 2-3 times her base attack. So she would one hit you if you did not have the best armor in the game and the matching Vox. So my problem with that is the goalpost or the objective was said was this, and then after 2 weeks it wasn't this no more, it was like over here. And the average small guild, like the big guilds, were going back and forth, like Mom, Everglen, I think Gem was there, a couple of other ones. Those were the main ones that were going forth and having drama in the Discord, which was fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the hell out of that. But the issue at hand,
not gonna lie, that was entertaining to watch. I was sad because
I'm
I
just
wasn't
sat here
smart.
thinking, get good scrub, innit? Early bird catches the worm. All I hear
I
is a
wasn't
lot
smart.
of criticising.
but yeah, if the next Mayhem, which is in probably 5-ish months, they should take that into consideration. Like if you set a goalpost, I know it's a playtest, I know we were there to test the game, but there was a financial incentive, and you guys kept moving that financial incentive's goalpost. So I don't think that was fair to some of the members of the community. But let's see what they do for the next Mayhem. Let's move on. We've talked about Mirandus enough. Let's go to Poker Go Play. So Poker Go Play had new bug fixes and features that they were rolling out, along with 2 new tables that allow you to have a 2 million and a 5 million buy-ins. Also, I believe the sweepstakes had just updated when they were in ahead of the game. I remember Anita saying that the new week is live. So if you're interested in Poker Go Play, you can also check out Bitbender in one of the events where he's in Las Vegas playing, and I believe he tries to bluff but he gets called and then he ends his PokerGo success story. But I guess you guys don't play because we're all in the UK and we don't have access to PokerGo Play, so we might as well just skip over that one. But PokerGo Play is good for the people that do play it. It's a decent way to earn some gala, because if you look at the leaderboards, well, we can do that right now. If we go to here and then we go to PokerGo Play.
I was going to say, did anyone know how Jason got on? As you guys know, I've been sick for the last week or so, so I've literally not been keeping up with anything. And I did know he was entering a tournament with the big boys.
Yeah, he was entering. Well, I think it's, if you scroll up, it might show you. There you go. So he was a PGT Championship 1 million free roll with these people. And if you look at a certain point, they show Jason like 2 or 3 times. And then after that, he loses all his chips, so he had to bounce. But week 18 sweepstakes have been announced, the winners. So week 19 has started. And as you can see, first, second, and third place, you can earn a decent amount of gala, which is this person earned 11,000, this guy 7,000, this guy 5,800. So it's not bad if you're one of the top.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And they did also say,
thing, right?
Yeah, it's a weekly thing. They did also say if you're a good PokerGo player, they might have a situation where they invite you to Las Vegas to play like Jason was playing. It's a might. I don't think it's guaranteed, but it's something to be interested in if you do play PokerGo Play. Now we move on to, I guess, the favorite of both of yours, Legends Reborn. So Legends Reborn, the crafting feature has been completed, and the play to earn on Gala Chain is being worked on. The team has been working on minting action cards into NFTs on Gala Chain. So I don't play Legends Reborn as much. I only started playing when Chaos showed me how to play, but you guys are the top 1-2. So what are your thoughts?
Go on, Chaos. I'll let you rip.
Chaos. Legends Reborn. What can you say? What can we say? So it's good to hear that like they're utilizing the Gala chain, you know, minting the action cards to the Gala chain, which is cool. So it's good to know that the action cards are going to be NFTs, which means they're going to be tradable. So that's going to be really cool. So like straight off the bat, we have be able to exchange not just creatures. So right, like when the game was playing, you can only swap or trade or sell creatures, but one of the main or big component of the game was the action cards. You know, like building your deck wasn't just about the creatures, it was about the action cards. And I feel like during the playtest, it was easy to get those action cards to build your deck. I feel it's going to be harder to get the rare action cards. So if you don't have them and you're missing certain action cards in from the game, the only way you might be able to acquire them is you might have to either maybe, I don't know, borrow them, like rent them, or purchase them. And now that we have like NFT hardware, that's going to be a lot easy for people to sell, trade. Because that's what, you know, TCGs are all about, is trading. Like it's not so much about selling your cards. Like if I got a card and you got one and there were similarities, like I'd rather just trade with you. So you can see like a big trading opportunity and you know, a market, a big trading market come about with Legends Reborn, and hopefully you'll get like a lot of transaction on Gala Chain with that. Um, I mean, there was talks about the light paper, so you know, it'd be good to hopefully get an eye on that in terms of like the earnings, you know, because that was one of my biggest thing about Legends Reborn, like what how they was going to do the earnings, like not just the leaderboard. Hopefully, there was other ways that you can, you know, tournaments and competitions and shit like that. One on one, like I don't know, like doing like a bet, a wager. You know, if that'd be cool if you can do that. Maybe wager action cards, not your NFT. It'd be cool. It's so much you could do. You can even set that up yourself, like on a personal thing. You can contact somebody and have like a middleman, and you put up certain action cards and creatures and whatnot. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm super excited for this. I can't, it's been so yo March, no May, like come May, it's gonna be a whole year since I ain't played Leisure Reborn. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm jonesing right now, man. I'm going through withdrawal for so long, man. I can't, it's like, you know, waking up in the middle of the night, sweating like, oh shit, Leisure Reborn, I gotta play. So they need to just give us something, like even if it's like a quick video or some pictures or screenshots. Like, just give me something, man, to get me through these hard times. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about Legends Reborn.
Onto
Yeah,
Shadow.
I'm hoping we get something a bit. Gala are talking about releasing their next game roadmap. Shows what's coming out for the rest of the year, kind of thing, or at least some of the quarter one or two. Would love for a little bit more than these little teasers of Legends Reborn stuff they're giving us. We've got some big plans for Legends Reborn. What I think this feature here opens up rentals as well, which would be cool. Because when me and Chaos, the couple of hours we're going to be sleeping a day, if like someone can rent our whole team, and all of our cards is one package, and just have a little rinse with a pro deck, I think that would be a cool feature for them to implement.
Oh, I just got a notification that the Gala Games play is live with Anita Ventet trying out Valheim.
Okay,
So
cool.
It's Friday, yeah. But yeah, Legends Reborn. I believe Shadow was rank 1 for the first playtest. Is that right? First or second playtest?
Can you remember? There was like various leaderboards that I topped out. There was also ones that I didn't top out. I don't want to say I was always number one, because that would be a lie.
Well, that's what I just remember. It was Classy's video last year. It was like, I get the rank 1 player in Legends Reborn to teach me how to play. And I remember seeing Shadow Knight, and I was like, that name sounds familiar, but I didn't realize it was you because I didn't know your like gamer tag name. I just remember your name when we were in the Shed of Secrets. And then I think Chaos Connected was like, oh, this is this guy. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was that guy. And then it went on from there.
I actually beat Jake as well, and he got extremely salty on his YouTube video. It was quite funny.
Oh, was On-Chain Gaming Jake?
Yeah, like we matched while he was streaming. I didn't have any idea about it, and he was like giving me my flowers, and then I was just putting him to the sword, and then he started going, "This guy's definitely stream sniping me, like like this and that," and it's like, oh no, bro, you just got dealt with like everyone else.
Well, we don't talk about On-Chain Gaming here because, well, actually we can. I do want that 240k contract, but I think he fucked it for everybody else.
We take it 3 ways.
Yeah, let's take the 240k, split it 3 ways. We'll be good. We'll get all the publicity you need. We'll cover all your games, communications, everything. You get me? All right, cool. Let's go on to Common Ground World. So there is a new meta leak. There was a poem or like a phrase that Bitbender read out on the episode. My guess it was hot cocoa, hot chocolate, or coffee. I believe it is hot chocolate-ish, but it's in the coca stand, but it doesn't use coffee. So the Common Ground World community wasn't too happy about that. But there is a special NFT for boosting this week. The Metacraft's going on sale, and I believe that went on sale yesterday, just ahead of the game. You can get a uncommon version of the Hasted Barista if you sell 100 meta items. So if we go back to Discord and we go to the Common Ground World announcements, you can see all the information you need here. So this was the town hall that happened earlier today. I was watching Dubstep stream when he was going over this town hall, and he made a good point. So if you don't know who Dubstep Rod is the go-to guy for town stuff. You can check out his channel later on, but he made a good point saying that this NFT, the hot coca chalet or chalet, however you say it, is very meta specific, and it's kind of expensive for a meta specific just NFT, right? And he says the only NFTs that he would consider getting are NFTs that you can use in all metas. So this NFT is basically going to help you with the current meta and maybe 1 or 2 other metas. And if you're going for this week's championship, then go for it. But I would consider instead of getting this, you could use it to get other NFTs, which will be useful in all metas. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the Hot Coca NFT. And then you have the event summary here for next week's event. It starts 23rd January, ends the 26th. There is several changes here. The speed boost depending on the rarity of your NFT, what it costs to craft, the cash boost, and the biome. So if you're interested in Common Ground World, you can check that out. Also, if you sell the 100 items, which I believe is the hot cocoa, which requires chocolate bars, milk, ceramic mug, water, marshmallows. If you sell 100 of those, so I believe that's 10 normal car sales, or it's 4 dragon sales, which is 10 for 100 quantity, then you'll be able to get the uncommon barista, which gives you a 5% boost speed. Now, I don't think any of you guys play Common Ground World, so I'm not gonna ask you your opinions.
Oh yeah, I'm just lost here. This you're just talking gibberish to me, right?
Bro, I was like, bro, speak English. Like, I don't speak fucking Common Ground World.
We'll invite Dubstep Rod on to cover the Common Ground World stuff, because it's still kind of gibberish to me. I just understand the basic. Well, I've played on and off when it was Townstar, when it changed to Common Ground World. I do play the campaign mode for Common Ground World. I just log in every day, sell a bunch of stuff, log out, because it automatically updates offline. But next we move on to Eternal Paradox. So there were several server maintenances and updates, with the main one being that the summoning stones will now be classified as maintained, meaning they will no longer reset. For a full list of the patch notes and fixes, head over to Discord, the channel EPX. So if we just quickly go down to there, we go to Eternal Paradox. And there was also another news that if you log in today, I guess you can't see. Let me just minimize this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So if I just take off the webcams, greetings by T. Also, T got promoted to a red name, so congratulations. I don't know. Well, they were a community moderator and now they are Sages of the Red Flames. But if you log in, you get a 20% discount coupon to all players, and you can use it to buy gems and it will automatically be discounted. And then if you see here, there's the maintenance changes, the patch notes, the reasons for certain changes. And I believe there was one that I missed where it said that the recent pick summons were 3 weeks long instead of 2 weeks long. And because it was that long, they decided to end season 6 when season 6 ended. And this basically changed the pick summons. I was 2 away from guaranteeing getting a pick summon, and I didn't guarantee that pick summon, and I logged in and I was like, oh my god, what happened? Why did they reset? And I remember talking in the EPX discussion saying, oh, like, you should have told me beforehand, but apparently there was an announcement and I missed it, so that was on me. Somebody in the community did point me to that, so it's my fault for not paying attention. But I don't really play a lot of EPX. I did play for the first couple of days. It was fun, but this game requires so much like time invested. Every couple of hours you got to log in to do events, you got to make sure you use your energy, you got to do PvP, and it's too much of a time investment for me. So I don't think I'll be playing it actively. It'll probably be like a side game like Champions Arena. But have you guys played EPX, or is this not one of your cup of teas?
I was so involved and invested in Champions that I didn't make the switch over to EPX. I've been promising Burgundy I would give it a go, but I keep hearing how constantly evolved it is. The problem for me is with my day job, I can't be playing games during the day. Like, my boss don't pay me to play video games, so it's not something I can be active in. With my games, I'm either online or I'm offline. So I like being super competitive as well. So I just don't think the game model for EPX just suits my play style.
Both of you are pretty competitive, right? Ranking high, Legendary Born, The Walking Dead Empires, Superior. It's like, I'm here chilling.
Everybody.
Yo, every game I touch, bro, like, I'm a madman. I need to be in the top 5. I gotta be number 1. Like, I felt like if I had more time, I feel like I'll be really competitive against like maybe Wu Lin, Dark Rift. isn't in a league of his own, but like with Wu Lin, he's not on as much as Dark Griff. So I'll
Hmm.
be able to compete with him, but I just ain't got the time, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's just the type of person I am, bro. It must be my autism, like, because I'm just like, I just go all in, like, the hyper focus. I gotta be number one, I gotta be best. So that's why, like, when it comes to Eternal Paradox, I can't do it half-hearted, you know, like, I ain't gonna play 10% of it or 20% of it. I'm gonna do, like, turn that shit full time. So I was like, yeah, I gotta stay away from that game. Like, I'm not gonna just like test it out and see what's up. Like, so didn't invest anything in that game. It looks like a really fun game. It's like it's well
It's your
designed.
traditional good mobile game.
Mechanics look well. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a game that I would enjoy to play. Just based on the game style and the genre. But yo, Walking Dead, bro. You know, I gotta go with the Walking Dead. As soon as I hit my goal with Walking Dead, then I'll see what other games I can. I might jump back in Superior, like, because Champions
Bro, it's
Arena.
lonely. It's me and like 10, 15 other people just playing Superior.
As, as I was saying, like, I might jump in there. Champions Arena, I feel like it's gonna cost me way too much unless I buy like a set team to get back into it. It's gonna cost me way too much to be like I see, like I told you guys, bro. I'm super competitive, like, so I ain't gonna jump in Champions Arena and see myself like rank 2,120. Like, nah, that's disheartening.
I'll sell you my
So,
Zafrina just before the new boxes come in. Don't worry, I'll give you a rank 12 240. You can be
bro,
top
I
50 with
you
that.
know that makes rates discount.
Yeah.
I ain't trying
But
to
yeah,
pay what you pay.
EPX 2, it's too time consuming for me. It's a good game. The gameplay features and all of that amazing, but you can earn daily as well. So if you rank top 1,000 in EPX, you get a distribution of E-time. But the only thing is, if you own basically, if you own lands and you own mercenaries, it gives you an advantage. And the people that have ancient lands are the ones that are earning a good amount right now. So for you to get a split of their pool, I don't think it's going to be that easy if you're a free-to-play player. But I've logged in. I haven't played for like, what, a couple of days, maybe a week. I just log in, do the dailies, log out, and I still get E-time because I'm still in the top 1,000, but it's like 0.03 or something. So you can still log in and play passively and get something. It's not going to be amazing, but it's still the option there. Because in Discord, I was going through like the international languages, and there's one for like India, which is Hindi. And like, I understand bits of it, but I asked my wife to translate, and it was basically asking, oh, can you give me a game or any gala game that you can play without investment that is free, that I can put time in and get something else out? And I gave him 3 suggestions, which was you can play spider tanks, rent a tank, and get silk. With the honor system now disappearing, which we'll talk about in just a sec, it could be a good viable option just to play games every now and again and just cash out in silk. You can play Eternal Paradox, but if you're free to play, like I said, it's going to be hard to compete with the daily pool with the people that have like ancient and legendary mercenaries and ancient and legendary land. You're not going to be earning as much. And if you're free to play, you need to make sure you're in a top tier guild. The only downside is the top tier guilds want everybody that is actually spending money and is going to play actively every couple of hours. And I was like, I did join Dubstep Rod's game. I think it's called Deadly with the dub tab. And then after 2 days, he said, you need to be this rank. You need to be playing like this. You need to have this. And we want to push because they're pushing for season win. So I was like, I ain't going to be doing that. I'm just going to log to a different, like his alt guild, because the way they were playing is like competitive games, right? You're competitive in The Walking Dead. You play your top 3. So they're doing the same thing for Eternal Paradox. And it's like, I don't want to take up a spot of somebody who's actually going to try to get there. So I just bounced, and it was like, I can't balance that. So we was just like, yeah, I'm going to skip this game. But the next game, Walking Dead Empires, there is a new public build release. And after that build release, there was chaos, no pun intended. The game was down. The game was down for 15 hours-ish, I believe. And it went live after the next day once they fixed several issues. There were several changes from the game. That one being the sleeping tablets is now working, which is basically the XP boost for The Walking Dead. So if you are grinding for levels, make sure you have several sleeping tablets in your inventory and make sure you use them every 5 minutes. There is a bug where walkers spawn at a ridiculous rate. For the full patch notes, head over to the Discord. So we can go over to the Discord. But while I do that, you want to talk about the ridiculous spawn rates there, Chaos?
What did you do while this game was down for 15 hours?
Bro, I was losing my shit, bro. Like I was losing my mind because I was like, that's 15 hours of grinding. Like, yo,
You're never getting
math,
back.
He's
yo,
in the chat.
maths ain't my forte, but I was doing about 60,000 XP an hour. I ain't gonna get that back, you know. I've lost all that time trying to get all those
Wasn't it
XP.
your day off as well?
Yes, exactly, bro. It was my day off, and I was getting gassed because I was like, "Yo, the game's broken now. Like all of these walkers to kill, it's insane. Like it's I don't know, like it's crazy. You know when you ask for something and you get it in an abundance, and you're like, bro, I know I wanted all of this, but I didn't want it all right now. Like I can't handle it. There's so many walkers keep spawning. It's like it's crazy. It's overwhelming. Like I run to a spot, bro. I killed an elite. I ran off, and a new elite spawned right behind me. And I'm thinking to myself, do I double back to kill this one elite, or do I keep going? And it's frustrating because they just if you kill one, you move on, and a bunch spawn behind you, and you're like, bro, are they playing hide and seek with me? That motherfucker went there 2 minutes ago. But yo, it's actually it's fun. It's fun like to see everyone running around in the game again, and just like getting all this free extra XP that was not available to us. So a lot of people are climbing up. I'm seeing so many people um ranking up so quick, which is cool because a lot of people wanted to get to like level 60, 65, and it was like seeing the amount of XP they needed to get those levels, it was kind of like demotivating. But now with this new XP bug, a lot of people's come back and they're hitting numbers at an accelerated rate, and they're enjoying it. So it's really cool. So now they're able to use certain items and craft armor and weapon and be able to play with them and actually kind of enjoy the game. It's like getting a new toy. So that fun element
Bro,
aspects of
legit.
back. It's good
Like I'm
to see that.
rationing shotgun shells now. Because if there's not like 2 or 3 bramblers at a tree, it's like I ain't killing one brambler with a shotgun shell. It's not XP efficient. It's not like gunpowder efficient. I need like the stack of like 10 before I'm shooting shells now. And then every time you kill a brambler, he's like, oh, you pick this up. And by the time you pick up the gunpowder, there's another one stuck to the tree. And it's like, I can't kill you now. You can survive till the next rotation. And then I did that for a couple of hours. I was like, I'm out of ammo. I don't have the guns I need. I ran out of chemicals. Because like for the whole 2 hours, I was just blasting. I just came in there like bang, bang, assault rifle, shotgun, everything. And I was like, I need to farm resources now.
Exactly. Like you do that so much and you're enjoying it and you're like you don't want like the amount of people I'm seeing not farming resources from like toolbox and cars or wooden crates. Like before, everybody was like, going around taking stuff out. Now there's so many stuff in abundance. It's like, what it is? It's because we don't know when they're gonna do a hot fix and fix this bug. So
Yep.
everybody's like, yo, forget doing anything else. Like, yo, forget trying to get
It's like
gunpowder.
5
Forget trying
times
to
XP.
yeah, forget chopping trees, bro. Every minute of the day that I have available, I need to put this in. Because I guarantee one day they ain't even gonna tell us. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna log in and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this update, bro? And I update and then Walker's gone. Like they've even taken away Walkers they shouldn't
No
even have taken
walkers.
away. And it's like
That
one
begs to the
elite running
question.
around, running away from people because that elite's scared because everybody's chasing down that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be peak.
Are you playing The Walking Dead right now during the podcast?
I should be. You know what I mean? Like I'm on the clock. I'm treating this thing like a paid job right now. But nah, I'm focused, like 100% focused on this podcast right now.
Cool.
I'm kind of jonesy, I'm getting that itch. Like I'm like, yo, I need to jump back
You
in.
see your like head itching and your hands being like, oh, I need to kill walkers.
He's been bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got that.
He's got the virus. He's got the gamer virus. All right, cool. So let's move on to Spider Tanks. Now, Spider Tanks has a really good announcement we talked about earlier today. But first off, the Coinbase skin issue has been resolved. If you're still getting the issue, make sure to contact support, do a support ticket, and then give your ticket number to support. And tanks will no longer have a honor system. The timing for this change is to be announced. So we don't know when it's going to happen, but we know it is going to happen. And basically, the honor system was a thing in Spider Tanks where you could play games, you would rank up your honor. The higher the honor you had, the more you would earn victory points. And the more victory points you had, it will give you more silk. The only issue with the honor system is when you withdrew that silk, it would reduce your honor points, basically meaning you would earn less and you had to play a bunch of matches to get it back up to the cap, which was 1,200. You start at 300. The people that had old accounts would automatically be at 1.2, but the new people coming in, they would start at 300. And the grind from 300 to 1.2k honor points was not worth it in the terms of playing every day to get silk to make money. But if you enjoyed the game, then yeah, why not? But as we know, you're in Web3, most people enjoy Web3 games and they want to earn something on the side. And the honor system basically bottlenecked people getting in and it stopped people getting out. Because if you withdraw, you would lose points, and then it was basically grinding up again, and that grinding up again wouldn't pay a good amount of silk. But now they are getting rid of it, so maybe that will bring some of the Spider Tanks players back into the game. There is also the issue with game media. We don't have more information on that, but we will have to wait and see to see what happens. I think this is an amazing change. It's got rid of one of the things. Also, I didn't like the name. I didn't like the name honor system, because if you're not honorable, that means you're dishonorable, and nobody wants to be dishonorable. Everybody has their own set of like codes. Everyone wants to be honor. They want to honor gaming. You get the idea, is what I'm trying to say. I kept saying they should rename it Gala Glory, because if you win a game, you're glorious, right? And then if you're not glorious, that just means you're not known. So it makes sense. Like you work your way up and you're like Gala Glory. And then also Gala Friends. I still think they should call it Galaxians, but we'll have to wait and see what they come up with a naming system. I guess you guys don't play Spider Tanks, so you don't really care about the news that much.
Me and Shadow and I tried to play it, like I think Legends Reborn was down for like updates or whatever, and we was like, we need to play something. Jumped in, and no disrespect to anybody who likes this game, like it's a community of people who like it. I was bored as bro.
We was in bits laughing about how clunky it was.
Was this during launch or like one of the playtests?
No, this thing was out, mate. This thing had players playing it, and it was just like, not being dismissive, but like, why? Why are you playing this? Like, this is.
I played it to make silk.
Not for me.
But then I couldn't do it anymore just for the silk and VP and video aspect. Like I'd play it to live stream because it was decent live streaming content. But then, when you focus and you go in gamer mode and you don't say nothing for like 3 minutes and just like this, and then you forget you're streaming, it was like, oh yeah, I should have talked probably through that. But yeah, it's a good game that you play a couple of games, like 3 or 4 games. It's not something that I would play like actively for several hours like I do The Walking Dead or Miranda's Champions Arena Superior. It's like a 20-30 minute game thing. You play 5-6 games, 20-30, half an hour, and then bounce. If they add more game modes and development kicks in, which hopefully the game media case is solved between galagames and game media, everything gets sorted out, and the game develops and continues, I think it has potential to be one of the good games on mobile as well. If it turns into mobile, I think it'd be a really, really good like handheld game to get quite a lot of people in and playing. Now there's no honor system, you can just play Spider Tanks, use the Iron Clan drop pods, the features where you can rent tanks for like 24 hours, 48 hours, like anywhere between 1 to 7 days. And then basically, if it revives the game, people will be asking for tanks. And then you can decide to split anywhere between like 50-50 to like 100% to the person that plays. If you're generous, it's up to you. I normally go a 69-31 split because, why not, for the hell of it. But I'm interested to see how it goes. I'll be renting out I believe it's a rare chicken tank. I'm not going to play anytime soon. So if anybody wants a long-term contract for Spider Tanks for a rare chicken tank, it's not ancient or epic or legendary, but it's something to get started once you need something to get going. So if you're interested, let me know. Next up, we have GLG. Now, this game is launching in 10 days. It is launching January 30th. The time will be announced close to the date, but this game has been razor silent. There's been no news. There's been no updates. There's been no like campaigns. There's just been like minor announcements saying, oh, game will be launching January 30th. There's people that have been asking in Discord for news and announcements. Nothing's been said. I think it's super radio quiet, and I don't understand why. Because when a game launches, you should be launching with like campaigns, like, oh, this game's gone live, you should try it out, it's going to be awesome. For those of you who don't know, that GOG is a game on Gala. It is a space exploration 4X game. So imagine Eternal Paradox in space. We go over to here, and you can imagine very good art style. I have to give it that. It's a very good art style, but it's a 4X strategy game. It's for PC and Mac. It is in development, which will launch in 10 days. And it has not PC, it has mobile in plans. Like, it's planned to do mobile, might be in development, we don't know. But I really do like the art style. The one thing I didn't like about this game was the UI and the first user experience. It's kind of complicated, and they needed to do a better job of the UI. So I haven't played the recent playtest, if there has been a recent playtest, but they did say they have updated this. Graphically, it looks stunning. I like the graphic side of things. The gameplay side wasn't bad, but it's just not my type of game. Like I said, if for Eternal Paradox, I think it's going to be too much of a time sink for me to play, and I don't think I'll be able to play it as actively as I want to be competitive. So it's going to be a casual game. I'll test it out. I'll live stream it a couple of times, but I don't think it's going to be one of my main games. Have you guys got any NFTs for Eternal Paradox, or you plan to play this when it comes out on January 10th?
Nah, so I don't have any NFT for Echoes of Empire. I did buy um those Celestials things, a common one and a rare one. So I bought it when they first came available in the Garda store. So I paid a lot of money for it. But then Legends Reborn started to sell the NFTs around about the same time, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to play this game. But I wanted to, do like a land thing where, maybe like kind of like stake it and then earn passive money from it somehow. Like, people are gathering resources from it. But then I was like, bruh, this is a lot of money for these NFTs that for a game that I'm not going to be playing. So I managed to sell it at a time when the market was in a bull market. So I made back the money I spent from it.
Nice.
I feel like the game will do well if because there is people who like do enjoy playing these type of games, and there's these people who love playing space exploration games specifically. Like they might not like the whole Eternal Paradox playstyle, but when it comes to like this space exploration, people, them sci-fi nerds, bro, them Star Wars motherfuckers, like they enjoy these games, and so I feel like it would do well, but this whole keeping it real silent for so long and not promoting it and not actually doing a really good um marketing campaign. It puzzles me. I don't know. Like God has been doing that a lot. Like look at Legacy. Legacy is a great game if you like games like that. I love games like that. Like I grew up playing Theme Hospital, Theme Park, Sim City. So Legacy is definitely a game that's up my alley and whatnot. It's just, but that was like real. They went silent for so long, and then it was like, yep, we're launching the game, and it's like, bro, how many playtests did y'all do? Like, there was hardly any playtests, but um, I'm intrigued to see. I might test it out. Like I said, I definitely like those type of games. I love strategic games and whatnot, but it all depends on how much time I have. Like, but it's definitely a game that I would test out and play myself. Obviously, it's gonna be free to play because I ain't got no NFTs and I ain't looking to invest in any NFTs for that game right now. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah, for me, I'll probably dip in with both of you two somewhere around launch, and just give you some feedback on what I think about it. Same as you guys. Don't own any NFTs for the game. Not looking at grabbing any NFTs for the game. But that said, CA went absolutely crazy about five to 8 days before launch. So let's hopefully in the next week they kick it up a notch. You got
So
this elephant in the room. It is a bit worrying. It's being developed out of house and it being a bit silent. But let's uh let's not let's not jump on that bandwagon just yet and give it a chance to hopefully flourish.
So just to clarify, I do have one piece of land. I think it's uncommon. I bought it when it first came out, and I'm trying to trade it for Miranda stuff because I'm not going to be playing this game. I didn't have the foresight Chaos had to do it at the time on the bull market. And like right now, it's worth like, I don't know how much of the original price, but I think if I get something Miranda's related, I'm going to be playing Miranda, so I'm going to be using the Miranda's NFTs. So maybe in the next 10 days, I'll try and sell this and get something that I will be using. But yeah, as you guys said, I'll be playing at launch, streaming at a launch. We'll see. Like, Shadow made a good point. Within 7 days of launch, they might do campaigns. Benefactor might tweet, "Oh, have you seen Eternal Paradox?" You know, the things that Benefactor does before a game launch. But yeah, we'll wait and see how well this goes. Then we have the final piece of news, which is Legacy the game. I enjoyed Legacy the game. The one thing that pissed me off to no end was the Vic bug. I was playing the game when the game went live for the first couple of days. I was really competitive. I was getting like top 3, top 5 for quite a lot of competitions. And then I got hit with the Vic bug and it stayed there for a month and other people were progressing past me and I was stuck there with the bug. And I was just like, well, I can't be competitive no more because all these people have better depots. They have better items to craft, better research, all of that. And it was basically, there's no point playing if you're not ranking top 3 in this game, because at that time the leaderboards and the way the tournaments were set up, they didn't have like a 3 criteria system. If you had like certain trucks and certain buildings and a certain progression, they would split you. It was basically, oh, you do the tutorial and then everybody else gets put in that same group. Now they've got it to like, oh, beginner, intermediate, like legendary businessman type thing. So they'll put you into the right category. But even then, they have a system where if there's not enough in one tournament, they either boost you up or boost you down. And I believe the values need to be tweaked because it's a handicap for like the first 5-10 minutes, but the competitions are like 45 minutes to an hour long. And after like half an hour, the people that have higher levels, they get a substantial boost. So if they get ranked down to your tournament, you're not going to be able to play. I haven't caught up with to see and if there are any other announcements, if they change anything, but there is a new update to the game. The deed keys are being increased for all London deed owners. Basically what this means is you had a certain amount of keys that you could give out to people to play on your land, and you could earn from the people that won the tournaments. Now you basically get more, so there's a chance to get more rewards if you hand out the keys and people are actually playing Legacy in your deed. A new product line will be released around the ice cream theme. So I think right now there's burgers, there's cakes, there's bicycle, and there's toys. No, there's jewelry. There will soon be ice cream and stuff related to ice creams, which is interesting because I love ice cream. Next up, we have the galagames play Valheim, and they will involve with community managers. So if you didn't know, that went live a couple minutes after, no, it went live probably half an hour, but we are here on our podcasts. What do you guys think of the Gala live streams recently? Like, do you watch them? Do you enjoy them? Any feedback if they do watch this?
I've not watched.
Bro,
I've not been watching them, to be honest. I find it slightly odd that they play games outside of the ecosystem. I'd be more inclined to watch them if they was jumping into ecosystem games personally. But before we move too much further, does Legacy never do any like hard resets? Like you said, like you got stuck because you got a bug that some people didn't get. Do they do like monthly, quarterly resets to give everyone a chance to build up an economy, or is it just like?
Not that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's like you build your town is permanent, and then you just progress through that town.
Sure. Have you been catching the streams at all, Dion?
Yeah. So I think every Tuesday I jump on the Walking Dead Empire stream. By the way, they need to get Smilinmonster back on there. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Hashtag just saying. Like when Smilinmonster was on there, it was like, yeah, the way that he navigated around and got everybody to have like a plan or something like that. It was easy to follow. It wasn't so random. Very structured. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Very structured. That was cool. But yeah, so every Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday, I catch that. That's quite fun to watch. Like sometimes they might drop a few leaks intentionally, unintentionally. Doug might say something and we'll be like, wait a minute, but did he just say what I think he just said? Let me play that back. And it's like, okay. Like during the stream, we never knew that it was gonna have like dungeons in the next update. We thought dungeons were like months away, and then he was like, "Well, yeah, there's a strong possibility that we probably get one." So I was like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah,
that
I
might not be a
understand
dungeon.
that.
It might be a building or something like that."
I think it's indoor
So
buildings, so we won't get dungeons, but we'll get the ability to enter buildings. So you
yeah,
might get
yeah,
like walkers there and loot and extra stuff like that. But I'm
yeah,
pretty sure,
which would be cool. Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be really cool because we don't know what was going to be inside those buildings. We might get different variation of walkers or different loot, or you might get like premium loot. You might get extra gunpowder, extra metal, and stuff like that for entering these buildings. Maybe extra XP, something. It'd be cool to have an incentive to go into these buildings because if it's just the same as being outside, then it's like, oh, I'll go inside the building, experience it. That's cool, but then
Does
yo,
the play style change when you enter buildings? 'Cause at the moment, it's like a top-down point and click. If you go into a building, does it change to like a first-person view or
That
anything
it'd
like
still
that?
be 2.5D top down, like part of Exile Albion Online. Because I think those gameplays, they stick to that camera style and they don't allow you to rotate camera angles because it makes it easier for the game to process certain things. So when you enter a building, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a doorway. You'll stand in front of that for like a couple of seconds. Then it'll like
Like Mario.
load. Yeah, then it loads another scene and it'll still be bird's eye view type 2.5D views, but you just move around the map. And I guess the thing for indoor buildings is like since you're indoors, there's not a lot of maneuverability, and there could be like a bunch of zombies down a corridor, or like once you open a door, there could be like zombies or walkers flocking out. So there'll be different types of gameplay and game styles we'll see once buildings are a thing. But I think if it's a police station, then if you go into a police station, you should find a bunch of guns, ammo, this, that. If it's like a grocery store, you find like the tin goods. And like once they start getting like those loot tables set up and the drop tables in certain areas fleshed out, I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait for actual dungeons because they said there'll be group dungeons and there'll be like solo dungeons as well, which is similar to Albion Online, which I'm excited for because I played that game on and off for 5 years and I keep telling the team, look at this game. It's done the battle testing for you for the last 10 years. You just have to take all the good bits, add your own spin on it, add it to your game, and you're going to have a feature that everybody's going to enjoy.
yeah, most def. But sometimes I try and catch the last expedition. So when that comes on, like if I'm not doing anything, I might pull that up. Like I think that's quite fun to watch, like how the team work together to navigate and to achieve the goal of trying to get the core whilst surviving the world of whatever the planet's called. But yeah, so sometimes that can be quite entertaining if there's like a lot of people playing. Apart from that, it's just those are the only two that I really watch is Walking Dead Empire and Last Expedition.
I do like the live streams, but I think they need to be a bit more organized or structured because the first half an hour they press go live, then they figure out what they want to do, and then it defaults to like the same thing for like Walking Dead. I'll log in, make sure everybody's here, let's upgrade some bases, let's kill some walkers, and by that time they log off. Like the last stream was less than an hour long. Like I find that unacceptable. You should be at least streaming for like 2-3 hours if you plan to do this seriously. And even the Last Expedition one, it's fun to watch because it's like competitive shooting games and there's like the element of like the player versus environment type thing, which is amazing. But I think if you had certain events going at the same time or just like an objective, like a mini objective that everybody has to work towards, the game would be, or the live stream would be a lot more entertaining. And I think you should get like a co-host type person to be on majority of the gaming type streams, like not ahead of the game, not the information streams, not the AMAs, but the live streaming side. I'm nominating myself. You can hire Smilinmonster. I'll be your co-ords guy for your live stream and gaming side, and I'll get content creators on there for you. I'll make events for you. You get the idea. I'll make the live stream more entertaining than it currently is. I'm getting it out there. You get what I mean? All right, cool. So then there's the final bit of the summary, which is the next 30 minutes was an AMA with Jason answering all the ecosystem questions. a mini leak for The Walking Dead. There will be a lights paper that goes into basic economics and dead coin issuance. There will be a in-app purchases in Gala also. So what that means basically is when you launch the game from a app for your Android phone or iOS, you'll be able to pay in Gala, and you might be able to get discounts if you pay in Gala. I really do wish they did that type of thing with like the Gala token or Gala currency, where like if you're paying
all the games, like,
yeah,
obviously it gives like another utility to own the token. You know what I mean? Like,
if you're paying 30 quid, give us like a 10% discount, so it's like 27 quid, if you get what I mean. But I think there's issues with Google Pay and Apple Pay where you can't redirect them to another tab. It has to be, if you want the app to be in their Play stores, you have to have purchases in app on their Play store. It can't redirect you to another website. So there might be that issue there, is what they said when they were launching before they launched CA, if I remember correctly, in one of the AMAs or one of the Medium papers. But yeah, I wish Gala had a lot more utility. I know it's going to be Gala Chain is getting ready to launch in 2024. Bitbender said he's been doing a lot of work. And if you look down here, this photo right here, this is the team. It's half cut off. If I minimize it and then go down, like there you go. You can see Anita is like cropped into the corner, but these people are at the same location. There's Nephilim Hoss, if you didn't know who that was. That's Chair Bandit, that's Jason. And I believe these four's names were mentioned, but I can't remember off the top. Oh, Mark Skaggs. I think this is Mark Skaggs. I don't know. But this is the guy that says no.
Beard is on fleek, bro.
I'm getting there, bro. I'm getting there.
Look at my little shit,
bro.
I named it Ahead of the Beard. It's no longer Ahead of the Game. It's Ahead of the Beard.
You two aren't getting hired until you got the beard on point.
Don't worry, man. I'm Indian. I'll grow it within the next 24 hours. But yeah. So interesting news. They're getting stuff ready for Gala Chain, for Gala Music, Gala Film. Gala Chain is Gala's layer 1 blockchain that is ranked 3rd in the CertiK security audit. So it's apparently really good for security. They're having multiple hackathons soon to build developer tools and some things. Well, here you go. There will be several Gala Chain hackathons in the future covering various sectors and something called the Creator Platform. I'm interested to see what the Creator Platform is. I don't think it's creators as in content creators, but I think it's creators as in creators on Gala Chain. So they'll basically get an app or like a website that they can go to, which will make it simpler for them to develop and build on Gala Chain. And that was like pretty much
Gingerbread Man's built the Fuzzle AI.
If Gingerbread Man's been doing dope stuff for Fuzzle, like shout out to Gingerbread Man. Have you seen? I think there was
props.
What is it? The music player, the little music player that shows you what the Fuzzle's AI music player basically told you what music you were listening to, and you can have it like as a widget on the website. I think that was dope.
Yeah, and you can ask it questions, and it obviously answers in a AI format. He's doing great. He was also a Legends Reborn cool guy. So yeah, shout out to him, and go and check out the AMA that he's just done for the Fuzzle AI.
If you didn't know, Gala acquired the IP rights for Fuzzles from, I think, the AI company, the previous company that had the rights, and now it is community-driven project by Gingerbread Man and a few others that are developing the Fuzzles IP. So shout out to them for picking up the work where others left off and making sure one of the projects in Gala's ecosystem doesn't drop in the bucket of discontinued or being hit by Web3's cycles. And that was the Ahead of the Game summary. So you know what to do. Smash that like and repost. But let's go over to something that I do want to talk about, which is this. So if you guys did not know, I'm going to have to, let's quickly, wrong one. Let's move Shadow to the top right there. And then let's move me as well to the top. There you go. I think this will be a better format later on. I'll rearrange it. But if we minimize those two, so if you see here, guess what's brimming with excitement, and we can't wait to share it with you. Stay tuned for more details. So I'm going to play the video. You guys can see it in the corner. And my understanding is it's going to be like a gacha game loot box, because Champions Arena is a gacha game collection. You can get several epic champions and several legendary champions. Most people are going to be aiming for this, Zafrina. Zafrina is currently the best AoE damage dealer in the game. She is what high-ranking people are using. There are three new legendaries. Miko has been introduced before, but we'll wait and see what the chances are, or if this is an event or a campaign. I guess it's most likely going to be a loot box. But another thing, if we just wait a couple of seconds here, you could also get an ancient estate. Well, I guess all estates are ancient, but it says, what will you find inside? So I'm guessing it's some type of box or some type of event where you can roll for these champions or acquire these champions. Depending on the price tag, some people might go for it, but I think Champions Arena needs to first focus on what they said in the AMA. Fix your game, fix the features, fix the Nexus, make sure all of that is good, make sure that shit is ready and the game has a good loop before you start doing like these type of campaigns for sale or events. You need to have a playable game first before people want to spend money in your ecosystem. You're going to get the whales that spend the money all the time. But yeah, what do you guys think of this news for Champions Arena?
I couldn't agree more. It is exciting in terms of they obviously have got future events planned and new ways to acquire champions. This does hint that this is going to be ownership rather than database stuff. But there's still a lot of problems. And after the amazing momentum they built from the AMA, it just would have been nice for them to achieve some of those goals before what we assume here, maybe unfairly, is a bit of a cash grab injection.
I thought it was a cash grab injection right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm trying to give them a bit of props rather than just fud the hell out of this announcement.
The AMA was such a good thing, and then they released this piece of information. We don't know what it is, but based on the public opinion, they think it's a cash grab.
Yeah. Like, if they had just knocked a few of those tricky AMA questions out, like tick those off first, I think this would have been a lot better received. But let's see. You know, they're obviously still working on the AMA stuff as well as these cash boxes, and if it's the same way as the first loot boxes, who wouldn't want to try and get a Safrina for 180?
I want Safrina to be flooded into the market.
On this
point
though, the original boxes had rare epics and ancients in, and there was $180. This has epics, legendaries, and ancients. So the price point of this is going to be pretty high, unless we're all really off the mark, and this is like something that you find and you can just use for a time period. But then I don't know how the ancient drop would work into that. It probably is a cash grab. Let's wait and see.
Dubstep Rod made a really good point in his live stream a couple of hours ago when it was for the Common Ground competition. He said if this is dropped at the same time as all the changes from the AMA, at least a couple of changes from the AMA, then that would be a good show of like, yo, we're fixing the thing, but we also want to do this sale. Then I'm happy with that. But if this is a sale before you've proven anything has been fixed, anything has been changed, for example, Nexus needs changing, Arena needs changing, those are the two things right now that need that's the desperate cries for help. You need to fix that stuff before you do this. And if you include those updates with whatever this is, I wouldn't mind it as much. But you've just given us a video and you haven't said something else is coming. So most people are assuming the worst and they just think, oh, it's another loot box. As you said, there's only epics, legendary, and ancient. So the price tag, most people are guessing $300-$400 minimum. Because if they're NFTs, then you're paying for the scrolls for just using the box. So if it's 400, that's a bargain right now. You get an epic minted, you get a legendary minted, or you get an estate minted. I don't think it might be that cheap. It may be a little bit more expensive, but we'll just have to wait and see what the team is planning to do.
Yeah, It don't get a dime of my money though until the VP farms are shut down.
Yep. Well, I say that, but then I bought the battle pass, and then I bought the epic soulstone selectors because I needed to level up my Beckett to stay competitive.
Yeah, but that's worthwhile though. Like,
yeah, true.
$50 a month, happy with that at the moment. But that's as most as it gets.
Yep.
Unless someone starts dropping them Beckett 100 stacks down to like 120, 130 per stack, I literally am at the point where I'm grinding mayhem, grabbing my lapis from the arena daily, but no interest in putting any more cold hard gala into it.
Yep, that's my thoughts exactly. Though I was gonna say, oh yeah, somebody sells Zoe stones. There's no more Zoe stones for 50. I need Zoe stones because I'm trying to switch out Barbara for Zoe. But that is it for majority of the announcements so far that we covered ahead of the game as well. Is there anything else here? Oh, this was the last week's ahead of the game. I don't think we'll cover that. But do you have anything else you'd like to discuss or any news that you'd like to share?
No, I feel that we've covered a lot and went through the whole ecosystem in terms of all the games, like news. There wasn't really any breaking news like, oh my God, like this like just dropped and it's like gonna change up the whole change the game like. So I'm happy with that. I was able to share my thoughts and my points about all the games that I play and the ones that I'm looking forward to playing, the ones that I'm playing right now. And yeah, that's it from me. Yeah, I'm good.
I'd just like to say thanks to anyone that stops by and watches us free. Thanks so much to Smiling for putting it together so well. If this was just me and Chaos, it'd probably be like the gala live streams without Smiling. So, yeah, shouts out to you for conducting it. Looking forward to doing more of these in the future. Next time, I'd like to talk a little bit about the gala music ecosystem. I've a late comer to the party, but it really seems like that's the vibe in that community seems real neat. Real
Someone
positive.
quoted it as, that community now feels like Gala in 2021. And that captured it so perfectly because Gala 2021 is exactly like that. It's like everybody's happy, everybody's hyped, communities in Discord talking, going back and forth. They're excited about the ecosystem. So yeah, maybe the next episode we dive into Gala music as well. This episode was a bit late because I was setting up the podcast and there was like some scheduling issues. But hopefully from next week, we'll have the name sorted, the general podcast layout sorted, and we'll be starting roughly a bit earlier. Well, earlier than 10:30. Let's say that.
Yeah. Because we have to set up and you have to
10:15.
I knew somebody's gonna say that. I knew somebody was. It's just like, oh, someone's gonna say just like 10:29. All right, cool. So if we have nothing else to say, we'll end the AMA there. Sorry, it was a short session, but it is close to midnight, and I have work tomorrow. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to end it.
Before I go to sleep, bro. I gotta drink this Red Bull, stay up for the next 4 hours.
I got some snot to blow out.
All right, cool.
Some rest to get.
As Shadow said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy what you saw, make sure to smash that like button on YouTube, smash the follow over on Twitch, and you can catch me streaming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can catch Shadow streaming. When do you stream, Shadow?
When I feel better.
And then Chaos is still getting his setup ready, so he'll be also streaming some games soon. You can find...
Wait. Y'all don't want me to start streaming, bro. It's gonna be chaos. Yeah,
where can they find you guys? So I know Shadow has a YouTube and Twitter or X. Anything else?
I have Coca, which is the guild I represent in Champions Arena. We're actually looking to recruit some players at the moment, so if anyone's interested, hit me up. Boss Mini's an absolute G, so yeah, come on over.
I'll send you my resume, bro. You know, yeah, I'm good. Check my record.
I've got a Durax I can get over to you to borrow, get you back in the game.
But after Walking Dead, it might have to be.
Bro, Durax with like 70k plus HP deals insane amount of damage. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Back on topic, Chaos, where can they find you? Where can everybody who's looking and listening to podcasts
Bruh,
find you?
can't really find me, but in Discord, I ain't really got my X, formerly known as Twitter, ain't got that set up. I got a YouTube channel, but I'm gonna change that up, so there's no point in me sending people there. But yeah, I'm in the Discord, you know what I mean? Chaos, just search my name, you find me. If you wanna, contact me if you need any help in Walking Dead or any tips and tricks, like, yo, hit me up. Like, anybody can contact me. Yeah, my shit is open. It's not blocked and nothing like that. But yeah, that's the best place to be able to get in contact with me right now until I get my socials all set up.
Oh, so thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed episode 2 of currently the unnamed or to be named podcast, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.